Hello there guys, it's Joey. So this is going to be a mostly crystal haul, and then I'm going to carry on and make some more videos later. I've been considering having the week off this week because I've been feeling pretty under the weather, but it shifted and I felt fine this morning, so I'm going to get back to making videos and carry on as normal. So that's why there's not been a few videos for a little while, as well as of course Lunar and the blue moon. There are some blue moon candles on the store which I haven't recorded, but there are some. And there's going to be all sorts of autumnal projects and products coming soon, which is really great. We've shifted into the month of Col or Hazel as of this morning, and man, do I feel better for it. I think it was the shift that I was waiting for, and I feel loads better. So I thought we'd start the videos with a lighter one. I said I was going to go get some crystals for Lunar. Given that I'm basically stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, I can't have any altars out right now, and I'm leaving my crystals out because I don't care about. I'm just like, no, I'm not putting all the crystals away and risking them getting damaged and stuff. And the landlords still haven't fixed it, and still haven't heard anything about fixing it, and yeah, it's like living in constant fear. Right, anyway, so I went and bought some crystals, and so this is a mostly crystal haul, but I did buy one other thing which I think is really cool. The local holistic place, if you like, had this. It's slate with toadstools on, obviously, painted on, and it was inexpensive, a couple of pounds or something, and it's got a sort of backing in there, and it's by a local artist, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a local artist. I remember reading what the sign said at the time, but that was Saturday, so brains. And the reason I wanted one of these is because I thought it would be really nice to have something which I can place offerings and workings on, that I can take outside to work with the Fae and Deva and things like that. And slate seemed to be a nice option for that. I'm not sure if one of the crystal Bibles actually has slate in. Hang on, let me look while I just blather on a bit. And she says, and then doesn't say anything. Hang on. Not in that one. I thought I saw it somewhere, and it said it was actually really good for working with the Fae. Maybe I imagined it. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Yeah, I can't see it. Anyway, I'm sure I read it was really good for that, but I really liked it being quite like a natural substance. And the toadstools is kind of fun, it's kind of light, not that working with the Fae is light, but it has a childlike energy to it, which is a good way to approach nature, Devas and Fae. I mean, obviously with your common sense and respect as well, but it's a good frame of mind to start off in, if that makes sense. It's a good positive energy to start with, I think, is what I'm trying to get at somewhere in the brain. Somewhere in the brain there is a brain, honest. Not really. Right, so the first thing I got was from the holistic place, and no, you haven't actually seen this one before technically. Right, so this is another Vesuvinite, and if I wiggle over there, hang on. Come to mama, that's it. It's my second one. So this is my first one. It's obviously in a slightly better shape than this one's got a little chip, but I didn't mind. It's got eyes, look, there you go. Right, I wanted a second one because I thought Vesuvinite might work really well in a pair. They do have this sort of love energy going on, which I think, you know, if you have a pair of crystals that sort of work well together, then you can create a connection between the two, a sort of back and forth. It can sort of symbolically represent two people, if you like, and it sort of builds up this energy, this connection. which is what a lot of love magic is about. It's also, I reckon this one is connected to the solar plexus personally because of the colour. It can be used for all chakras, but yeah, it's used for manifestation of the heart's desires here on earth, supports taking one's true path or calling, and helping find the courage to make changes in jobs, relationships, habits, thoughts and emotions in order to realise the heart's yearnings. So another thing that this might be really good for, to have two of them, other than gridding obviously, because two makes, you know, you can grid better with two, is that it could be really wonderful if you were presented with more than one choice, like two pathways, and you were looking at a spiritual, magical help assistance to choose between the two pathways. So you could put one Vesuvionite on each path and really sort of meditate around the idea of what's right for your true self, your true heart path, rather than what you think might be right. So I quite like that idea as well. That's my idea, that's not in the book. Useful for combating negative thoughts, bringing enthusiasm back into one's life, achieve the insights that inspire one in moving towards spiritual development, releasing unconscious fears, releasing limited beliefs, developing assertiveness, catalyze the opening of the unconscious, helping those going through transformational work and personal inner transformation. So I really wanted a second one. I had a strong feeling about it, and I was like, okay, so that's what we're going to go with. So that's why I did it. I'm actually going to get the next one from the Crystal Bibble. Yeah, 250. 1 second. Right. Okie dokie. So the next one is a little one. The next one came from, well, the next 4 came from the market. I mainly had a market day, which I kind of prefer. Right, so this is a ruby, and I've had a thing lately about the structured shapes. I wonder if the Crystal Bible actually talks about shapes. I bet one of them does. Hang on. Well, it shows shapes here. Hexagonic? Is there anything about it being is it hexagonic? Yeah. Thought it was. It might be one of the other Crystal Bibles. This is something I should have looked up earlier. Anyway, I've picked Crystal Bible because the Book of Stones has a tendency to ignore any sort of sexual qualities of crystals, and I'm not entirely sure why they do that. Okay, I'll read you the meaning and we'll see if we can find the hexagonal thing. Ruby is an excellent stone for energy, imparting vigour to life, energizes and balances, but may sometimes overstimulate like delicate people. Encourages passion for life, but never in a destructive way. Improves motivation and setting of realistic goals, stimulates the heart chakra, balances the heart, encourages following your bliss. Powerful shield against psychic attack and vampirism of the heart. It promotes positive dreams and clear visualization. Stone of Abundance aids in retaining wealth as well as passion. Helps you to transmute anger or negative energies into positive things to help you get along on your path better. Charges up passions and fires enthusiasm. Sociable stone that attracts sexual activity. Overcoming exhaustion and lethargy, and imparts potency and vigour. So the Crystal Bibble actually talks about its sexual side, which is good. I'm not entirely sure why the Book of Stones sort of shies away from it. It's like, are we afraid to talk about it? Is that what's going on? I'm sure one of the Crystal Bibbles had shapes in. Are you really telling me you don't? Really? You really don't? I thought... Anyway, okay, right. I've been going for much more structured shapes lately. I mean, the others aren't so much, but quite sharp lines, quite structured and orderly. I mean, if you know, the Vesuvinite is as well, you know, square, and then this one would be a hexagonal. So there's something quite structured going on. I think it's probably because a lot of these are to do with helping me find the next step in my life plan about where to go from here, and having a much more structured approach to it maybe, right, and getting out of being confining and things like that. So there you go. I think that's what's going on there if you had to ask me personally. Right, so next one was a really good deal. We might need to zoom out a bit. Hang on. Right, so this is pink tourmaline in aquamarine. Sorry about the noise. I have to have the windows open. Right, so this has got some beautiful lines in it. It's a really quite big piece. If I get the ruby out to sort of, for comparison's sake. And I do like my pink tourmaline in aquamarine, because we're singing about aquamarine. No, okay, right. So I'm guessing in the first one. Pink tourmaline's another crystal for the heart. Might be actually better off in the Book of Stones for this. Where are you? Tourmaline. Aphrodisiac that attracts love and in the material and spiritual world. Providing assurance that it is safe to love, it inspires trust in love, and that it is necessary to love it yourself. Assists in sharing physical pleasure, it disperses emotional pain and old destructive feelings through the heart chakra, which it cleanses. Promoting peace and relaxation, connects you to wisdom and compassion and stimulates receptivity to healing energies, and heals the heart and hurts of the heart and things of all that nature. So I actually have a few of these. This will be my, in aquamarine, second or third piece, but I've got a few pieces of pink tourmaline. This is a crystal which I'm not entirely sure is going to be for me. I've bought crystals on occasion and had a feeling like I should get it, but I'm not entirely sure it's for me, and this is one of those. So it may well be that this is a crystal that's meant to be a gift for somebody. I don't know yet. So it's beautiful though. Beautiful lines. And I think the next one's actually my favourite. So this one's a bit smaller. This is again tourmaline. Too far. There you go. So this is green tourmaline, and it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. I'm actually going to go in the crystal bibble. Come here, crystal bibble. Oh, I almost opened on the right page as well. Right, where are you? Tourmaline. Green tourmaline. Right. Healing, strength, vitality, wholeness, water, heart chakra. It's one of the premier stones of self-healing. Energizes the heart chakra and is connected to the denser vibrations of physical life than its heart-oriented cousin pink tourmaline. Balance and stability. It basically works more powerfully than pink. Ideal for channeling nature's healing powers, connecting to the earth, invigorating energy of growth and expansion to the emotional body. Less inhibited, more expressive. I don't need any help being expressive, I talk too much. The affirmation, I am physically whole, vibrantly alive, the strength of my heart fills and surrounds me, and I am a positive force in the world. And more noise, woo! because I can't shop anything. Curtains. Right, okay. Curtains, window. Right, can't shop. I've got all the curtains shut as well. But there you go. This is a lovely piece. All the sort of little green bits, just, and it sort of fans out as well, which I love. It's beautiful. It's my favourite one, I think. So then I got some candle quartz. I have another piece of candle quartz, but I wasn't sure about this one because the point is clear-ish, and obviously the more opaque down the bottom, which I'm used to. So I went and checked after I got home, and apparently it is a thing that candle quartz can be both opaque and clear, depending on what's going on. They call it cathedral quartz in the Book of Stones, which is most confusing. Looking for candle quartz and it's called cathedral quartz. Where are you? Is it going to be under quartz just to be awkward? Yes, it is. No? Oh. Oh, this is most confusing. Where on earth are you? There, 95. Right. Goodness, that took far too long. Okay. I definitely don't have this candle quartz, right? I'm definitely not thinking the wrong thing. No. Okay. One of the richest of the information-bearing stones, programmed by spirit entities to make it possible for human beings to access the next knowledge for raising their vibrational frequencies and evolving to the next level of existence. Yeah, there's a theme. Can be used for individuals or groups. You can go into meditation just holding this crystal alone. Act as repositories of historical information. So, past life, excuse me, past life recall, clairvoyant skills, loud noises in the background. Yeah, carries the frequency of humanity's most evolved soul potential. Let's read the affirmation. I open my consciousness to embrace high knowledge and multi-dimensional awareness. So the reason that I wanted this particular one is because I think it would be fantastic in a grid. I think it would work really, really well for that, and it's not too big, which a lot of my points are a bit too big when I'm using smaller crystals. So this, along with the Vesuvinite, for example, could be really amazing for accessing one's higher path, one's higher truth. See, like even just that would be really nice for just a little sort of focal point for some crystal work. And last but not least is the reason why I saved the video until now is because I was waiting on a Labradorite wand that I ordered from It's Simply Different, which I love them. I love them a lot. I think they're great. So this, I ordered it and it came a couple of days later. And yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna move it around so I hope you can see the flash. The flash here is across here to the point. Can you see that? There you go. It's beautiful. Shared the picture that they actually shared on Facebook, and people were really interested. And I was like, I want one. So other than that, there's a little bit of flash working through at certain points. It could be a bit more flashy, but but it's a really large piece for what I paid for it. I thought the price was really, really good. I wanted a double terminated point, and hang on a minute, I'm sure double terminated should be in here, and I wanted that for gridding as well as for healing work. With the double terminated, it's easier to sort of remove blockages and hooks and things. because it pulls out and pulls in at the same time because it's double terminated. Right, where are you? Come on. I'm sure. Oh, there's actually stuff about candle quartz in there. Okie doke. There we go, double termination. Have points at both ends, some are natural, some are artificially shaped. A double termination radiates or absorbs energy at both ends simultaneously, channeling it in two directions at once. The stone of balance, a double termination, integrates spirit and matter and can provide a bridge between two crystal energy points. Useful in healing as they absorb negative energy and break old habits. They can also be used to integrate previously blocked parts of the self. Placed on the third eye can help enhance telepathy. So it says. Depends how you feel about that sort of thing. Right, okie doke. So, Labradorite, if you do not know, is my spirit stone. Temple of the Stars, mysticism, magic, the shaman stone, the transformation stone, the stone of the shapeshifter. I very much associate it with Morrigan because of her shapeshifter aspect or element, which is not something I've ever read in a book, but it to me makes more sense than some of the crystals that are associated with her. I understand the black crystal thing and I understand the ruby thing as well. Ruby, by the way, can be used with the Morrigan. It's mystical, it's a bringer of light, deflects anything from the aura. Cannot be used in a negative sense. It's a pure positive energy crystal. It's so mystical, I guess, that it helps just banish anything negative, banish insecurity. It sort of unhooks stuff that has got into your aura or into your chakras, and if like you've been having a hard time with some negative energies off people or some negative situations off people and it's left you feeling damaged, then Labradorite is the stone. I think it's an amazing stone for scrying in because you can just sit there and you can twist and you can see how the light reflects off the particular Labradorite, and the flashes that you're getting are like flashes of intuition, flashes of inspiration, and as you twist it and twist it, it helps get into a meditative state, or at least a zoning out state, which is really great for your magical work and connecting to your higher self, as well as sort of healing work with energy and meditation and things of that nature. Did I forget anything? No, I don't think so. It reminds me of crow energy as well through the Morrigan, the shapeshifter element, just because of how it's very much about you getting sudden insights, and crow energy is very much about being able to see past, present and future. So when you access crow energy in particular, you get flashes of insight, so it's that sort of thing with regards to your intuition. And oh, it's so pretty and it's so big, it's chunky. They do have a couple more. One's a good deal smaller and one's a little bit smaller. I got the big one. Yeah, so I think that was it. Is that all the crystals? Yes. Right, so there will be more informational videos. There are going to be some stuff for the store in a bit. I just thought we'd start with a lighter one, get me back into the groove of making videos, because we are on Wednesday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday's been 4 days. And I didn't know if I was going to make any, but I thought, you know, I'm feeling better today, so let's get back into the spirit of it, get back on it, get back on it, and start with some crystals because they're amazing. So I hope you enjoyed, and many blessings.